Hey, what's up, everyone? You're currently tuned into the TBD radio show here, or on KCSB FM 91.9 in Santa Barbara, or netnetradio.com out of Tijuana. We have Rookie Card here with us from their home in Billings, Montana. How you guys doing?
Good, good.
That's a
How's it going? I'm doing good.
that's what we like to hear. So I guess like how have you guys been holding up during I guess the quarantine or COVID? Like how just like the last like how long has it been? Like 9 months or something? Um, what have you guys been up to? How have you adapted? How do you like virtual
Yeah.
gigs? The world has been pretty chaotic the past couple months, especially for those living in like the US.
I
Hmm.
mean, it's been naturally it's
Um,
been pretty rough on us, but since we've already been kind of like split up like a long distance like quote unquote internet band since
Mm-hmm.
the end of 2019, it kind of didn't mess up our, our flow too much because we were already naturally separated like that.
You guys are just kind of used to it at this point.
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah, I don't think it's definitely made it more complicated than it has to be, but
Yeah.
we got out relatively unscathed compared to like a lot of other people, just because
Mm-hmm.
we've already been operating this way, so it was really easy for us to just get back to it and keep doing our thing.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I feel that. So I guess in terms
Hmm.
of more like tragic news, because I feel like this whole like last like I don't know, this whole year has just been insane. But I feel like the cherry on top was the passing of like MF Doom.
Oh
Um,
my God.
yeah,
Yeah.
shit was fucked up. How do you guys feel about that?
It was like one of the only celebrity deaths that like actually like ruined my day. Like this whole last like I mean it's only been about a week since everybody found out and it
Mm-hmm.
still doesn't feel like real, I guess. Like
Yeah,
it's just weird to think that he's not alive anymore, I guess.
I feel that. Yeah, it's definitely super super tragic. So your socials say you're based in like Houston and Billings. So you guys mentioned you're a long distance band. How does that work out?
Yeah, so I live in Houston right now, and everybody else is still back in Montana. And so basically, the way that we do it right now is, Gunnar and them, they record and, kind of take care of most of the legwork as far as the production side goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get something recorded, Gunnar sends me everything. I'll lay down like a synth riff over it, and then I'll just start, you know, mixing and mastering it.
Yeah, I think I
Because I'm,
read on your Twitter too. You just graduated in like audio production or something like that.
yeah. So I just finished classes, and I'm working at a studio in Houston right now, finishing up an internship here.
Oh hell yeah, that's sick. So yeah, I guess is this something you went to school for specifically?
Yeah, it kind of worked out. I was like, I love music. We've been doing this band for a long time now, and whenever it came down to like recording us and everything, uh, I loved it, but it was just such a process. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, it's like I just want to know more, and every new thing I learned, it was like, man, I don't even know what I don't know about this,
I feel you.
and so then I started like getting into it on my own, and then I just learned that I had a real passion for this sort of stuff. So that I was like, yeah, I'll go to school for it, and so far it's working out great.
That's amazing, dude. And I'm glad you were actually able to like land something, especially during this time. I know it can be like pretty tough for people. But
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I'm super
yeah.
lucky.
Yeah, what are you doing with that? Like what's your job? Like what are you like an audio engineer for, I guess?
I'm working right now at Anarchy Studios in
Mm-hmm.
Houston, Texas, and I'm basically just acting as a second engineer to the lead engineer Ace there. And so right now my duties are kind of just recording clients that come in right now and assisting the head engineer with whatever else he needs.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So I know that like Houston is a pretty cool city. How is it different from living in Billings?
It's different, I think, in every way possible.
Yeah.
Billings is really small. It feels like a really like even for the size of it, it feels like a really tight knit community. Like it seems like everybody knows everybody. You go to Walmart, you're gonna see like 4 or 5 people that you know from somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, but here, I mean, it's like it's just so big, and there's just so much. There's so much. There's so many people.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's kind of like every city. I don't know. It may sound dumb for saying this, but every city I've been to has like a different vibe, so it just feels different than
Mhm.
Billings.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Billings is super, super small, tight knit, really, really boring.
Mhm.
No, there's like no scene here whatsoever.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's the respective scenes like for you guys? Like, are you involved in the scene in Houston, and are you like still, I guess, involved in like the scene in Montana if there was one? Like, what's up with that?
Uh, as far as the Montana side of things goes, our involvement in the scene was kind of short-lived before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We'd never played a show before 2019.
Mm,
Um, we played a few shows throughout the year, and really the only bands that get any sort of uh, audience to show up here are going to be like arena rock bands or
yeah.
folk groups or country groups, stuff like
Mm.
that. There's really not a place for the punk scene here.
Really? That's interesting. I
Yeah,
feel like most communities usually have at least some punk scene, whether it just be a bunch of like kids that just start a band and just start playing. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
that's interesting to hear
We
that there isn't much going on.
There was like there was a record store that put on shows called Smiling Dog,
Yeah.
and the punk scene was really, really like just thriving when they were open because they didn't care like how many uh, people your band would bring in. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
just could play music, you could play there. And every show, it didn't matter who was playing. Like you basically had a set audience every time.
Yeah.
And then somebody broke through the floorboards, and they had to call it quits with the gigs. So after
Really?
that, yeah. So after that, there really hasn't been a super great place for all of the miscellaneous bands. Kirk's Grocery recently opened,
I was
and
Mm-hmm.
they've
gonna
been doing
say
an all right job, but it never really got anywhere near where it was with Smiling Dog Records. But
Mm.
yeah,
So, is Kirk's Grocery like a grocery store that was throwing gigs, or?
it's crazy. So it's run by like the coolest guy ever. One of my best friends. His name's Shane DeLeon. He
Mm.
plays in this band, Miss Massive Snowflake, and he's just been playing music all of his life. And so he rented. There's this old grocery store from like 1910, 1920, something around there.
Mm.
And the guy he was renting it from, I mean, like barely renovated, like put just enough work in it to make it livable. And so what Shane does is it has such a weird floor plan. Like in the front, he runs a full art gallery, and so he showcases local artists and just some amazing work by a lot of different people. And then in the back room, that's kind of like his event space. And so he has tons of stuff going on there. He'll do like poetry jams. He'll
Yeah.
do um, he's kind of filled the void that Smiling Dog, that record store,
Mm-hmm.
left.
Yeah.
Just taking, just trying to build a community around bands like us that can't get a gig at like a
Mm-hmm.
bar, and so he's become a huge pillar of the community just in all the stuff that he throws on there.
That's so sick. I feel like the people that just like start venues and kind of like look out for all of like the people that are trying to come up in like their respective DIY scenes are kind of like the saving grace for
Oh, he
oh yeah,
bands and stuff like
definitely.
that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a bummer that Smiling Dog went, but I feel like whenever there's like someone doing DIY, it always ends at some point, which is kind of a bummer. You never have like
Yeah,
someone around for too long, you know?
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it always has some sort of expiration date.
yeah, it's interesting to say that like the floorboards almost caved in. It reminds me of that one snowing show, that like one show that snowing played, you
Yeah,
know, and like
where John threw like the big fit at the
yeah,
end.
John smashed his bass or whatever. That's funny, dude.
Yeah, legendary.
Yeah, that was legendary, dude. That was so sick. But anyways, so I guess like how did you guys like start a band? How'd you guys meet? How'd you come together? I know you so
Um,
it wasn't long distance the entire time, right? It was just kind of
no.
yeah.
Yeah, it was it's kind of funny. We started out with like 5 people in the band, and I think it was me and Ryan and then just like 3 other people
Yeah.
that didn't have any intention of actually being a real band.
Mm,
And I really, really wanted to release music. So I was like, Ryan, we're going to record this EP. And then I grabbed one of my other friends who wasn't in the band, but he played bass. So I was like, you should help me record. We just recorded in our friend's basement. And then since we had something that we could release, we kind of felt more like a real band already.
yeah.
So we just kind of ran with it and didn't. This is, I think, all of our, besides Caleb, our bassist, this is like the rest of our us. This is our first real band. So
Hell yeah. That
just yeah, like just getting to like have something to release super early. I think that was what helped us kind of keep going with it. Just motivate us to keep going, I
yeah,
guess.
it kind of kept you going. It wasn't just something that you like had a couple jam sessions and then just left it at that, you know? Like I feel like
Yeah,
everybody who's
yeah,
like, let's start a band, they have a couple jam sessions and then just nothing happens. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I was really sick of that like happening to every project my friends and I said we were gonna start.
Yeah.
So I think all of us were. So we were just ready to hunker down and do something for real for once.
Yeah, so that was your first record that's on your Bandcamp is what kept you guys going, you said?
Um, I don't know. Is it on our Bandcamp anymore, Ryan?
I don't think
I
so.
think I think it's on. We took it down. I
Mm,
think. Um,
was it just
it was really
not up
really
to par
bad.
anymore? Oh, it was really bad.
That's
Yeah, it
that's
sucked.
yeah. So like everything we've put out before for Ryan, we've decided to like take down temporarily and just keep for ourselves, just
Okay.
because like the what we're doing now sounds like so diametrically different than how we first started. It's just not accurate of where we are now.
Yeah.
Mm.
So your music, your fall music was like seriously great, and I love like all of like the song titles that you guys have.
Oh,
What's
thank you.
yeah, dude. So what's up with Elvis Presley? Do you guys not like the guy or something?
Um, no, I just thought it was honestly I can't remember where it came from. I just thought it was funny to just be like, oh, that person's dead as like implying like that you can be so dead that you're dead as I guess like that there's a step beyond death where you're just so dead.
So like
And I was just like, Elvis Presley fits the bill. He's dead.
that's so funny.
So I just put it together.
I feel like that title is like so emo. If that has to do with if there's like even like a I guess like a an emo song title, I guess that fits the bill. Um,
Yeah, I think it fits pretty well.
so I also noticed that like a bunch of your music references like the N64. So y'all dig Super Mario and you know,
Hell yeah.
All of our working titles have, for some reason, they're Mario related. I don't know how it's. I think I do know where it started. There was one night Gunnar and I were talking, and I was like, "Dude, Super Luigi Brothers," and I
Yeah.
laughed so hard I cried. And it was so stupid. But ever since then, all of our working titles just have like a dumb Mario name, and most of the time we're just like, "Ah, we'll just keep that title."
That's honestly sick.
Yeah.
So it's like not something that's intentional. It's kind of just like yeah, let's do this just as like a joke or something or
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
most part.
we all love Mario. They make good titles.
hell yeah. And the King of the Hill sound bites, that's emo as shit.
Yeah. um, we all love King of the Hill, and I I really like just the scene that we sampled at the end of that first song on the second EP this year
Mm-hmm.
with where Bill's like on the roof. I saw that clip. I've had that clip saved for forever. I was like, one day we have to use it because it's just the most emo sounding thing ever.
Yeah, I feel that. So, I saw on Twitter that you said you were tempted. One of you guys said you were tempted to leak the art for the new record. So what's in the
Yeah.
oven? What's in the oven? What's coming out?
Um, so we got this will be the year that we'll finally release an LP. We kind of always had a joke that we'd never release an LP, but that changed. We're on Flea Collar records now, so
Oh wow, that's sick.
and yeah, which we're really really pumped about. But we won't have a release on the label until we have enough material for an LP. So we're really putting things in the gear here and just getting all of our ideas put out. We're trying to get. I think Ryan's coming back sometime in March,
Okay.
and that's when production will really start ramping up.
So we
We'll
can
be able to. What's up?
so can we expect something, I'd say by like, late summer or something like that?
Yeah, we're really aiming for a summer release date with the LPs.
Hell
Or
yeah, dude.
We're
LP.
shooting for like the May-June window, like at the
Yeah.
absolute latest.
Looking forward to that, dude. That'll be sick. So, what you said you're gonna drop an LP as opposed to an EP. So, what constitutes an LP to you guys?
Something. Well, I don't know. All of our releases, as of late, I think you can sit down and listen to the whole thing in less than 10 minutes. So we just want to give something, or give everybody something that they could chew on for longer than 10 minutes. Just actually be able to have songs that are over a minute long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Just
like
be
with
able to tell like a whole story with a single piece of music, I guess.
yeah, that's what I was gonna mention too. Like everything we've put out up until this moment has kind of just been a collection of songs each time.
Yeah,
And so this one we're trying to make more of like a cohesive album.
kind of make
Like
it like more thematic.
yeah, some that
Yeah.
people can say like, "Oh, that was definitely from this album."
Yeah.
Something like that.
So, you guys gonna keep the working N64 titles?
This will be we basically plan to release some demos for the LP before we release the fully produced LP.
Yeah.
And that'll be the last release that will have jokey song titles on.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that'll be the last time you'll ever see Super Mario references
So you
in a
guys
rookie
are
card context.
moving on to bigger, better things, the big leagues, as they say.
Yeah, I guess.
Hell
We
yeah.
just
2021 is the year of the rookie card.
The year of the
Calling it-
rookie card.
Calling it now.
So, you mentioned you're on Flea Collar Records now. How did that happen? What's Flea Collar? Where is that based out of? Tell me about it.
We Color, I believe, is based out of Georgia. The person that runs it is their name's Jack Morris. We met. I met Jack just through friend connections on Twitter,
Yeah.
and they ended up really liking our music and just kind of asked us one day if we wanted to take them up on an opportunity and be a part of the label.
That's
And
so cool.
they have a lot of other cool bands on there, like Lobster Fight and Naked
Oh, wow.
Alien and Tooth Cemetery. So we really didn't want to pass up the opportunity. And so yeah, now here we are.
That's so cool. I feel like Lobster Fight has been blowing up. Didn't they get like a Fantana review recently?
Lobster Fight blew
Yeah.
that heck up.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
They deserve it too.
He
Yeah,
got a
for
7 from the Melon himself.
Wow. A Melon 7, dude. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah,
I usually don't really dig, I guess like those reviews because I feel like some of them influence people way too much. But it's always, I guess, kind of rad to see like a
Yeah,
super DIY band just get a feature on either like Pitchfork or get forked, as I say, or
yeah.
get a melon review.
Get forked. I like that.
That's
Yeah,
super.
no.
That's super cool
What
though.
were you saying?
Congrats on getting on Flea Collar. Are we gonna see some vinyl or tapes? Do you guys know yet? Is that still like a work
Um,
in progress?
Hopefully, eventually, we'll get uh like physicals out. We've had a couple of physical releases before, but nothing where like it was widely available. I think
Mm-hmm.
we've had like runs of like five, where there's like five vinyls made for a
Oh,
release or whatever.
oh wow. How'd you guys
So
pull that off? Was it kind of just like you guys pulled money together and just like pressed it yourself, or did you know someone with like a
um,
lathe cutter or something?
there's this like DIY like tape label, Missed Out Records. They reached out to us and they were trying to start doing vinyls, and they just wanted to um, do it just out of like the kindness of their own heart without like charging any fees or anything. So
That's cool.
yeah, we took them up on it and they turned out really sick. But yeah, they were super limited, like five for each pressing.
Wow, that's
But
super limited. Um,
yeah,
what was the label you said?
Missed Out Records.
Missed Out. Where are they based out of?
I actually don't know where they're based out of. For some reason, I think they're based somewhere down south too,
Oh,
but
really?
I can't say it for sure.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Pennsylvania.
That's sick. Are they still putting stuff out?
Yeah,
Y-
they're still pretty active, I believe.
That's sick. I'll have to check them out.
Mhm.
So, being an emo band, do you guys see yourselves as emo?
Um,
Like, was
I
this like something that you guys were like going for when you like started, or like how did that come about?
yeah, we definitely were trying to be an emo band when we started. I think we were all still in high school and really just dug bands like Snowing. We just wanted to sound like that.
Yeah,
Um, but as we started getting more into the genre, we kind of realized like it's getting kind of boring these days,
yeah,
and we really liked the sound that bands like the Brave Little Abacus and Fupo Lin and stuff like that were experimenting and trying to push the genre further. And we just kind of we saw that and we were like, yeah, we want to be a part of that. So that's kind of how we ended up with the sound we're at now, I think.
yeah. That's cool. It sounds like you guys have some like screamo influences in there. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like all emo
Uh,
bands kind of do, or not all, but I feel like that's getting more common to like
yeah,
scream
I
and stuff,
think
be noisy.
I think it's definitely become like a cornerstone of the genre, I think.
Yeah,
Just like twinkly guitars with absolutely thrashing vocals, but
yeah. So,
it was a trope we were interested in
yeah,
uh,
that's super cool.
doing.
So, like, what's your take on the genre?
Ryan, you wanna take that one first?
Yeah, kind of like what Gunnar said. Um, we we both kind of feel like there's so much that can be done and so much that already has been done
Yeah.
with email, but what we want to do is start taking it in a different direction, like keep building on those ideas.
Mm-hmm.
The way that we feel and a couple of our other friends and other bands feel is that like for the past, I don't know, 10 or so years, emo has had a really distinct sound that everybody's like, oh, that's emo.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a formula that you follow for emo now,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like how Gunnar mentioned, it all it's all just starting to sound the same. It's like there's a new emo band. It's like, okay, cool, they're really good, but I've heard this before.
Yeah,
And
for sure. It's becoming very cookie cutter.
yeah, a little bit. And so that's what we're trying to do with all of this newer stuff. Like keep what's been so good
Yeah.
about emo for so many years, but keep building on it. Like it doesn't have to stay the same how it's been. Like it can be better, it can be different. We can make something new.
Yeah, yeah, that's sick. So where do you see the fifth wave of emo going from here?
Definitely more. I see like every day there. It seems like there's another band that um, pops up that's just super like electronic influenced, I guess.
Yeah, some Glass
Like Your Arms Are
Beach.
My Cocoon
Yeah,
has been like, I guess the big one of this last year's kind of wave of bands. But
for sure.
then like Lobster Fight definitely bringing in more of the whole like sound collage type vibes with their music.
Yeah,
Just a lot of I think this new wave of emo will definitely bring a lot of boundaries just being crossed. Um, it'll I think it'll make the genre just super fluid.
yeah.
Like there won't be a super distinct sound anymore.
It will be.
Um,
I feel like
they
that'll
could
be
be able
kind of
to,
refreshing too.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
I feel like there definitely is a hunger for a more refreshing emo scene, as like you can see why like Your Arms Are My Cocoon are blowing up, or we had like Glass Beach, the previous year.
yeah,
I feel like, Glass Beach was one of the first bands that I was like, whoa, like people in the emo scene were like, yeah, this is like emo. And I'm just like, whoa, dude, like I can see it, but didn't expect that to be the more fifth wave. But like now you can kind of just see how it's all flowing in that direction, and like you guys are incorporating like synths and
yeah.
stuff, I feel like into your music and stuff, which is super cool. And yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the Glass Beach and like Weather Day super influenced like that for Ryan the first EP from
Oh,
last
yeah.
year. That's like all we were listening to.
Yeah. I mean, it's a super good record, dude. But
Mhm.
anyways, so we're getting close to wrapping up the show here. Give me your top 5 DIY bands in the scene right now.
Ooh, my top five: Your Arms Are My Cocoon, Home Is Where, Lobster Fight, Guitar Fight, and this band from Montana called Anaconda Vice.
Anaconda
So
Vice. Are
super
Anaconda
sick.
Vice.
are they
Yeah,
emo, or what kind of music are they?
I'd say they're definitely riding that emo line. Um, they write songs about pro wrestling,
Oh my god,
and
that's
then
sick.
yeah, but super mathy. Just absolutely insane shredders on the guitar. But yeah, they're sick.
That's dope. How about you, Ryan?
My list is exactly identical. Like
Pick,
those are definitely the heavy hitters of 2020 and 2021 for sure.
choose one that's not on Gunner's list if you can. I know it's a tough question.
It is.
Ryan, come on, you can do it.
I like how you guys mentioned Home Is Where though. That band is honestly
Yeah,
sick. I found them on Reddit like months ago, and I was just like, "Oh my, holy shit, this band is sick."
yeah,
we've
uh,
been
The way they
we've been
incorporated what's it called, the singing saw or whatever.
yeah. The singing song that
That
was
shit's so
sick.
sick.
we've been talking a lot with Brandon from Home Is Where he's become one of our good friends, and
I
so I haven't met anybody who loves or knows more about emo than he does.
Yeah, dude. I've had them on the show before, and they honestly could carry a conversation about emo for sure. Like they could
Mm.
for sure out talk me about, all those bands and stuff. Brandon is sick, dude. But yeah, that's actually how I found out about your band as well. Brandon was like, you should check out Rookie Card. Rookie Card's sick. I was gonna say, do you guys have any hobbies or anything you're like looking forward to outside of like COVID or music or anything that
I'm
keep you?
definitely super looking forward to just being able to art shows or something I miss a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to try and get more into just the like physical art realm here.
hmm
So I'm really looking forward to after COVID being able to navigate that whole scene of people.
Hell yeah, that's what we like to hear. How about you, Ryan?
Mm.
I'm starting to get into like video production. That's like the next thing that I want to get into. And so I'm starting to focus on that. But I mean, for the most part, I'm just spending all my time in the studio lately, just working on different things. So really just focusing on music this year.
That's cool. Well, 2021, we can expect some Rookie Card music videos from Ryan, and yeah, so
Definitely.
keep an eye out for that on the new record. So I think that just about does it for the show. Did you guys have any last remarks you want to put into the airwaves and archives, and like where can people keep up with your projects?
Yeah, we're on I think every social media except for like Tumblr. All of our tags are Rookie Card Band at Rookie Card Band. Our Facebook is at Rookie Card is emo,
Tight.
and yeah, I think
No,
we're
yeah.
definitely most active on Twitter if anybody wants to keep up with us.
Hell yeah. There it is. Follow Rookie Card on all their social media, specifically Twitter, though, if you want the good tweets.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd recommend Twitter for anybody that wants to get into more DIY music. I just hopped on recently, and I feel like it's a really good source.
Oh
So
yeah, definitely.
yeah, there's a lot more active community than I honestly thought on there. But
Hmm.
anyways, I have one more question for you guys. You guys ready? This one's kind of a doozy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I don't
I
know.
think so.
Hit us.
Okay. So a rat is going to jump into your mouth. Do you want this rat to jump into your mouth head first or butt first, and why?
Um, ooh, butt first, so that it could just like sprint out of my mouth the second I open it up. The second I realize what's happening, it can have a straight shot out.
How about you, Ryan?
I hate to say it, but I think butt first too, because my
Why?
worst nightmare is the rat like latching onto my tongue
Oh
or
my
something, like
god, dude, that's
freaking out,
brutal.
and I'm like mouth open trying to get it out, but it won't let go. So at least if it's butt first, you can spit it out or something.
Does that keep you up at
Yeah.
night? It sound
Now it will.
I
because
gotta
I was
flip
gonna
the
I was gonna
question.
say,
What's your answer on that one?
what's my answer?
Yeah.
Dude, I've actually never been asked this question back, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Personally, I feel like I would go the vegan route because I've thought about this pretty often. I would go the vegan route and I would tame it and
Tame it.
yeah,
Nice.
tame it. Go head first. No, I want to go butt first. Tame it, pet its head, calm it down, and then put it underneath my hat, and I can make some ratatouille.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that. See, you
That's
had
the
like a
answer.
whole ass plan. I just want it out of me as soon as
Gunnar and I are just
possible.
fearing for our lives out here.
Dude, I don't blame you, dude. You don't want that thing going head first because that thing will like burrow out of you. Like, you know those like medieval
Yeah.
torture techniques where they just like go where their head is and they just like burrow through, you know?
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff.
Yeah, it's messed up. And rats are dirty, but hopefully I get a rat that is what's it called? Ratatouille style. I don't know if those things had plague or not, but could you imagine how
Oh
much plague
yeah.
was probably spread in France from like that rat cooking for all those people?
Oh, an insane amount.
That kitchen was
That
probably
was a super
diseased.
spreader event.
That was a super spreader event.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. But anyways, guys, I think that's about all we have for the show today. So thanks for tuning in to TBD on KCSB FM 91.9 every Sunday 4 to 6 p.m. and netnetradio.com Tijuana every Saturday 8 p.m. This is Rookie Card. Thanks again for being on the show, guys.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.